$2,500 plus a couple utilities. Fuck it, I'll pay it just to keep the tranquility. Fuck it, I'll love you. I do anything for yourself. Settle down with you. I don't want nobody grilling me. Y'all boys lame shit killing me. Need to be reintroduced to humility. I ain't looking for no hip hop credibility. Give a fuck who feeling me. I'm feeling me. I'm really him. I'm really that. Remedy, Himothy, Chalamet, pretty girl, Salome. What is off the juice? Codeine got me sipping. Ice, lemonade, my name was tripping. Ice. Let's get ready to rumble. I don't even know if I'm ready, but I'm ready. Type shit. BLM, homie, let's get it. Let's see what the fuck is going on. Let's see if you bitches is ready for this shit. Cause I'll do it to you, bro. I'll do it to you. Fucking get me. Make sure everything is good. We rolling? We're good? We rolling? I just got the go ahead that we're rolling. Anyway, guys, this is Deespresso Thoughts. This is the late night reflections for the bold, the tired, and the figuring it out. Guys, I wanted to come on here. I don't want to get canceled, you know. Actually, before we get into it, I'm rocking Inertia. I don't know if y'all see this. I'm rocking Inertia. Inertia is the new brand that's taking every brand by storm. Inertia is, it stands for subtlety. It stands for class. It stands for it's for those boys who if you know, you know. You know, this is, my barber made this brand. It's called Inertia, and it's a full piece set. I got the joggers. They're flared. So yeah, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my barber Kiwi. Shout out to Inertia. If you guys place an order with Inertia, you can go to inertia.com. If you guys place an order and use code Deespresso, you'll get 10% off. So I just had to throw that out there. But anyway, I wanted to come on here today, man, and just kind of talk about a few things. I have some funny shit to talk about. I have some real shit to talk about. As you know, this is Deespresso Thoughts. This is the late night reflections. We don't hold back. You know, we say what everybody's thinking. We say what everybody wants to say, but don't have the courage to say. But anyway, I wanted to jump right into it. Dude, I don't know what's worse. Dating in Seattle, or the fact that Hinge gives you one rose like you're on The Bachelor. It's crazy because it's like, who do you even decide who you give the rose to? And what if the person you give the rose to don't even like you back? That would probably be the worst feeling in the world. So recently, guys, I downloaded Hinge. Please don't judge me. I'm shy. I don't know how to meet girls. So this is my only option. So I made the account, and I've had the account now for about a couple months. And I'm still literally on the first rose that they gave me when I first made the account. And that's how you know something is just not right. Every time I open that app, I feel a little more desperate. Like, damn, like, this is literally what it's come to. That I have to download a dating app to meet a woman. And it feels so desperate. It feels so, weird. I don't know. I can't explain it. But anyway, guys, I wanted to welcome you back to Deespresso Thoughts, late night, unfiltered, where we say the things that probably shouldn't be said, but we do anyway. Because this podcast is for late nights. This podcast is for the thoughts that you think about at, as I always say, at 11 p.m., 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m., however late you stay up. And tonight, we're talking about love, dating, and all the weird stuff in between. So let's get right into it. So as I mentioned to you guys, I downloaded Hinge recently, and I didn't realize you gotta pay to see who likes you. It's weird that love has a subscription now. And these dating apps, they market themselves as, you download the app and you find love and then you delete the app. And it's confusing to me because I get on and I'm like, well, I can't even see who likes me. I gotta go through a bunch, and they blur out the photos. If you don't pay for this subscription, they blur out the photos of people who like you until you go through each one. And I always feel so bad, like when I hit the X, because I'm like, it's not like I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Because here's the thing with Hinge and things like, and those dating apps, you'll appear back up on the same people who liked you. You'll appear back, your profile will appear back up. So they'll be like, well, I thought I sent this person a like. And what'll happen is they'll realize, oh, this person didn't even like me. But it brings me to that point where these dating apps, they really monetize loneliness. And that's just crazy to me. Like, they monetize and prey on the lone, like the people who just can't get a date, awkward people, lonely people, and it just kind of hurts me a little bit. And it feels a little weird. I'm thinking about deleting it because it's just crazy, man. I don't get the whole online dating thing. And the fact that they give you 1 rose a week, it's like emotional rationing, and I'm just not into that. You literally gotta strategically decide who you give this 1 rose to every Sunday. And it's crazy because I haven't seen anyone yet who is deserving of a rose. And maybe, actually, you know what? I'm trying to think if I gave out a rose before. To be honest, I've gotten them, but you never notice that you always get a rose from a person you don't want a rose from. It's never like the people who are traditionally your type. It's always, I'm gonna tread on thin ice here. You always get a rose from people that just probably don't even get any likes. So that's kind of crazy. So every time I open this app, I literally feel like I'm downgrading my life. I feel so miserable. I'm like, why am I even opening this app? The fact that you gotta have a conversation, and the crazy thing is my notifications for Hinge is turned off. So even if somebody does want to interact with me, I don't check the app every day, so I don't really see if I get a message. So I'm responding 1, 2, 3 days later. And it really kind of messes up really the whole experience of it. See, me, I'd rather meet someone in Target, like accidentally reaching for the oat milk. I'd rather meet someone in Target, in the candle aisle. I'd rather meet someone at the gym. This stuff nowadays is so weird. It's really hard to meet someone. Especially here in Seattle. There's a lot of this poly and E&M stuff going on, and the amount of offers that I've received to smash someone else's girl or their significant other watches is absolutely insane. And the first thing they say when they present this offer to me is, hey, like, my husband isn't gay, he's a straight male, but he just likes to watch me be with other men. And I'm like, that's, ma'am, is the definition of gay. And so I get a lot of these offers, and honestly, right now I'm so lonely. I've even thought about taking up some of those offers, to be honest with you guys. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, man, it's crazy out here, you know, like, the thing is, I'm old school, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'd rather meet someone at Target, at a gym, a social setting. But now you try to talk to someone and it feels like you're committing a crime. If you go up to a lady now, everything, you gotta watch what you say, you know, you gotta watch what you do, or they make you feel creepy. So it's hard now to just genuinely talk to a woman or genuinely just meet anyone out, because of the standards and the things that social media does, online validation, and everything else that plays a part in it. Real connection just feels diluted nowadays, and it's crazy. It's really hard to meet people. But yeah, I just wanted to get on there and say that. Like I said, I talk about all of these things, the things that I'm thinking about. And this is some of the things I wanted to get on and talk to some of my followers about. And if you're a person that happened to download the apps and hate it just as much as I do, let's join a revolution and let's just delete these apps, because, you know, there are some nuances and there are some Cinderella stories where people actually meet the love of their life. I've heard of stories, very few and far between, but I've heard of stories of people getting married, having children, and they met online. And I'm so happy that it worked out for them, but that's just, it is literally like, that shit is not my thing. Like, I don't know, like, I just hate it. Obviously, the validation feels good. You know, you open the app, you got a bunch of likes, you're like, wow, you know what, people actually do find me attractive. And sometimes your confidence could get so low that you need things like that where you feel validated and you feel like, you know what, I am attractive. I actually remember watching this segment on the Ovan podcast this past weekend, and he's like, what did he say? He said to Joe Rogan, he was like, have you ever had a gay guy flirt with you just to boost your spirits up a little bit? And I felt that shit, because like a compliment from a gay guy is like the ultimate compliment you can get, because dude, gay guys, I have gay friends, gay men as friends, and they are they will ridicule you. They are the most judgmental people, but when they give you a compliment, that compliment's like, it goes a long way. So, kind of digressing from that a little bit. Like I said, I'm old school. I think that your zodiac plays a little bit into it. I'm not huge on the whole zodiac sign thing, but I'm a Cancer, and Cancers have always known to been sensitive, and I feel everything as a Cancer. Like, I feel everything, and I realize a lot of people don't know how to handle someone who actually feels. Like, I'm an empath. I feel everyone's feelings. If you tell me a sad story, I'll probably be sadder than you are. And with me, I don't need grand gestures, you know, I don't need like a lot of extra stuff. My love language to me is not to me, but my love language is acts of service. So simple things, consistency, showing up, doing small things for me, maybe even making a meal. I know I like to cook, but I also like when someone takes the initiative and maybe make a meal for me. I like when someone maybe is on their way to visit me and maybe they say, you know what, I know that this is your favorite candy, so I bought you a candy. And it's something so small that really goes a long way for me. So acts of service is like my number one thing. But with all that being said, like I said, I'm an empath. You know, I feel everyone's feelings. And it's probably part of the reason why I'm having trouble in the relationship area, because I'm such an emotional human being. But not just being emotional, but I'm an emotional guy. And I noticed that people would treat you the exact opposite of how you want to be loved. And then not only do you wonder why it don't work, then they wonder why it don't work. And I think that love is, no matter if you're a man or female, no matter if you're LGBTQ plus, minus, subtraction, addition, multiplication, it doesn't matter. Anything like that. Love is equitable. You get out what you put into it, and if there's always one person that feels like they're giving way more, the relationship just will never work out. And that's just the thing, man. I don't think people want love. I think people just don't know how to handle it anymore, you know, because love has gotten so complicated. Love now is just me. And that is something that we all have to figure out as a society. I think that society, social media, online validation has ruined relationships. I remember, you know, I won't even say our parents, but our grandparents, you know, they would meet each other and they would be together for 60 years. And nowadays people can't stay together for 60 days. So it's crazy, man. Like, relationships are hard, you know, relationships are hard. I wanted to share something with you guys that I came across a while back, and tonight I was going through my notes and it's found its way back to me. It felt like something I would have written myself. It's from Daniel Hadler. And it goes like this. It's Lemony Snicket. Here's the passage. It's called Lemony Snicket. It's by Daniel Hadler, and he goes, I will love you if I never see you again. And I will love you if I see you every Tuesday. I will love you as the starfish loves a coral reef, and as the kudzu loves trees, even if the ocean turns to sawdust and the trees falls in the forest without anyone around to hear them. I will love you as we find ourselves farther and farther from one another, where once we were so close. I will love you until your face is fogged by distant memory. I will love you no matter where you go and who you see. I will love you if you don't marry me. I will love you if you marry someone else. And I will love you if you never marry at all, and spend your years wishing you had married me after all. That is how I will love you, even as the world goes on in its wicked way. And oh my God, dude, I get goosebumps thinking about that. Like that passage, that little serpent really always stands out to me, because that love doesn't exist anymore. That love is extremely rare. And it's not a possessive kind of love. It's not control. It's presence. It's here. It's I love you. It's, you know what? If you meet someone else, I'll still love you. You know, if you marry someone else, I'll still love you. And the hardest part about loving someone is the potential or the idea that eventually they won't be there anymore, or they'll leave you, or the relationship won't exist anymore. And I think that hurts the most. Love is a test. Love is a fight. Love is trust. Love is not just trusting your partner, but trusting that your partner won't one day say, I don't love you anymore. And I think that's what a lot of us are missing. And nowadays we don't know how to love without conditions anymore. I wanted to share a poem that I wrote a while back. And I wanted to share it with you all. Writing is a way that I express my feelings to myself without the back and forth regret I feel if I actually expressed my feelings to someone. And I worked on this poem, I would say, for about 3 or 4 months or so. And it's called Blueprints Written in Fireflight. And I'm going to read it to you guys. So, Blueprints Written in Fireflight by Dee Hoard. I still carry your name like a secret I earned, folded in syllables, salted and learned. You were never just seen, you were studied, observed, a language my spirit translated in verbs. We move like intention, dressed up as chance, all hips, all hush, all don't ask. Every glance double knotted with meaning. Where we're flirting with fate or teaching rhythm and reason. You fit in my life like an unsolved equation, too elegant ever to equal salvation. Loving you felt like mastering chaos. Beautiful math with no inclination for patience. I found out devotion ain't gentle or neat. It's baritone prayers and bare and concrete. It's jazz in the margin, off tempo but true, showing up early just to be late with you. I archive your laughter in places unnamed, between what I want and a man that I became. If memory had texture, it bruised when it bends, silk over steel where the past pretends. Some flames perform, ours chose disciplined depth. Learn how to whisper and still breath. If I ever unlove you, it won't be by choice. It'll be when fire forgets how to use its own voice. And that is Blueprints Written in Fireflies by Dee. And I wrote that poem, like I said, about it took me about 3 months to write, and I wrote that poem. I had recently just got out of a breakup, and writing just kind of helped me channel those inner feelings that I wanted to get out, but I didn't want to bombard the other person with over love, or what do they call it, trauma dumping, or just I wanted to give that person space. So writing always was an outlet for me to really express my feelings to myself. And it's something that helped me. It really did. It helped me a lot because I didn't know another outlet. It was always hard. So I wrote that poem, and it means so much to me. I'm a huge writer. I love to write. But on another note, I want to get into something that I really don't understand. I know this is quite the transition, but dude, it's crazy. I was coming home from work. I was walking back to my house. I'm on, where am I at? I'm on 4th and, no, I'm on 2nd and Union. Actually, no, I'm not on 2nd and Union. I'm right by Westlake Mall. If you live in Seattle, I'm right by I was walking by Westlake Mall, and I saw this guy feeding pigeons. I don't understand people who feed pigeons. Like, what in the fuck are you doing? Like, is that a goal? Is it a hobby? Like, is it a sport? Like, people who feed pigeons, I just don't fucking understand it. And pigeons piss me off so much. I fucking hate pigeons. And the crazy part is literally, they always look how you expect them to look. People who feed pigeons literally look exactly how you expect them to look. Like, and I can't explain the look I'm trying to portray, but if you know, you know. I can't explain it. And another thing is, I was recently on Instagram, and a lot of times when I'm on Instagram, I like to be the person that gives content instead of receives it. And what I mean by that is, anytime that I'm on Instagram, if I'm on Instagram, I'll post my content and then I'll get off Instagram. I don't want to scroll reels for hours or scroll reels. So my goal when I get on Instagram is to log on. If I have something to post it, hop right back off. But anyway, I was recently on Instagram, and I don't usually check this often, but I hate when people unfollow you instead of just removing you, and then unfollowing it, and then unfollowing. Because when someone unfollows you but still allows you to follow them, it's so annoying. Like, bro, you're not even cool. Like, that's just so corny to me. Like, you ain't even famous. Like, that shit's crazy to me. Like, I hate when people do that. So, like, here's the thing. If you're listening and you have beef with somebody, you don't want them on your follower list, please don't unfollow that person and still allow them to follow you. Have the common courtesy, have the balls, or just have the human decency to say, you know what, I'm going to remove them as a follower and then I'm going to unfollow them. That way they don't follow you, you don't follow them. That's all I'm saying. That's my TED Talk for that portion of it. Protect your peace, kings and queens. So in the first episode, I talked about the Air Force. As you guys know, when I graduated high school, I joined the Air Force. And on the first episode, I talked about getting kicked out of the Air Force. And I said that on my second episode that I would explain what happened, why I got kicked out. So this was back in this was the end of 2015, the beginning of 2016. Myself and another person, we'll call them K. So K and I, we were cool. We had a friend group. Our friend group would hang out all the time, but it got to a point where Kay and I would just hang out all the time. Now, just to preface this, Kay was I don't even know the politically correct way to say this, but she liked women. She was I don't know if butch is the word, or I don't know what the word is, but she was a dom, so she was essentially the man of the relationship. So we decided to we decided to start stealing this military equipment. We would steal these MBGs. MBGs are military gun scopes. They go on M4 rifles. An M4 is equivalent to like an AR-15. Definitely some nuanced differences, but just to give you an idea. So we would take these scopes off the guns, and we would go on this site called Bizman. We lived in North Dakota at the time, and Bizman was just like a online meetup, like a Facebook marketplace, but just for people that lived in North Dakota, like the North Dakota area. We were in Minot, North Dakota. So we would sell these gun scopes. We were killing it. And I remember, the funny thing is, after we would make a sale, we would only take cash. After we would make a sale, we would get on Snapchat, and we would literally post the money, and we would be like, yo, we on our night job, and people would literally always message us like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, because we would have like bands and bands of money. It was crazy. Like, it was a good lick. Like, it was crazy. So fast forward to, actually, you know what, not fast forward to. So this went on for about a couple months, 2 or 3 months, and we were killing it, man. Like, we were killing it. Me and her, we were technically roommates. We had a dope ass spot, dope ass apartment, and it was dope. And eventually one day we got caught, and this is how we got caught. We're so young and stupid. We put our real phone numbers on the Bizman website, and we sold one of the military gun scopes to I want to say a military spouse, and they took it to the base. They said, hey, I don't think that this item should be sold. Like, I bought it on Bizman. I just want to check to make sure this item should be sold. And the guards are like, no, like, these items aren't for sale. These belong to our M4s. These items should not be sold. So they ended up getting the phone number from the guy who came and reported it. And basically what happened was they put that number in the database, and both numbers linked to myself and Kay, it linked to both myself and Kay. So that raised the red flag. So initially we both got took in for questioning. Kay got took in first. I don't know what Kay said in her questioning until I tell you what happens next. So then I get taken in. So I say, you know what, hey, I don't know what you're talking about. I want a lawyer. I didn't talk. So at that point, in the military, when you're in trouble, you are on what's called flight duty. So you're not doing your normal job. You're taking off your squadron, and you do things like things like clean up the squadron. You're not doing your regular job. So we both got taken off our squadron. We're cleaning up the squadron. We're on a different flight. It's typically for people who are under investigation for something, got in trouble, or not necessarily got in trouble, but are like in the process of getting medically discharged. So we're on the flight squadron. We ended up, somehow I got put on base restriction. Base restriction means that you cannot leave the base. So one weekend, it was a 3-day weekend, I'm like, we're like, let's go to Denver. So we take a road trip to Denver. Now, somehow, for some reason, I don't even know if this is even true, but my flight commander is looking for me the day we leave. We left on a Friday. Once we all got off, we left on a Friday. Now he's looking for me because he so-called have something for me to sign. So he can't find me, so everybody sends out a bolo. A bolo is be on the lookout. If you see this guy, he has to report to the squadron, and if he doesn't, he'll be arrested. So we're in Denver. Now, mind you, I'm on base restriction. I can't leave the base. Now, what we did was, obviously it's easy to leave the base, but coming back in is hard. So on Sunday night, we got back. I'm hiding in the back of Kay's. I want to say she had a Toyota Tacoma. I'm hiding in the back. I have we had all of this equipment that we use for work, and I'm hiding under all the equipment. So eventually we get in on base. Monday morning comes. I get in Monday morning. AFOSI grabs me. Now AFOSI, if I had to compare it, it would be the equivalent of the FBI, but they're just the investigations for the Air Force. So that's the equivalent. So they bring me in. They're like, hey, we were looking for you. Where were you this weekend? Didn't say anything again. So I get put in pretrial confinement. Now I get put on pretrial confinement for what I'm already under investigation for, because they're saying you're a flight risk. If we don't even know what you're doing or we can't find you, then there's a problem, because they're supposed to be able to find me because I'm on base restriction. Like, where else could I be? So I get put on pretrial confinement. And pretrial confinement is when I find out what Kay says in her statement when we both first got taken in for questioning. And it was along the lines of, yeah, I didn't know what was going on. Dee would just ask me to take him to all of these meetup spots. I didn't know what he was giving customers, yada yada this, yada yada that, pinning everything on me. So, to make a long story short, I see all of this, and I'm like, yo, like, this is crazy. Like, she's a part of it. Like, and what hurt me the most was the fact that I was like, you know what, I'm lawyering up. I don't know nothing. I don't even know what you guys are. Like I fought them tooth and nail. Like, because I'm like, you know what, she's a real one. She got my back. And in the end, she did not have my back, man. And, but eventually I got court-martialed. There's two kind of court-martials when you are in the military. There's a general court-martial and a special court-martial. A general court-martial, you don't want either, but a special court-martial is essentially better than general court-martial, because the maximum time you can get in a special court-martial is a year. So I go through all that. I get my trial date. My trial date is July 19th. So I spent my birthday in confinement. My birthday is July 13th. So trial comes. Boom. We go through the whole trial. Judge sentenced me to 6 months. 6 months confinement, bad conduct discharge, and immediate pay forfeiture. No restitution, because AFOSI eventually got all of the equipment back that we had sold. So with already the time served, I had gotten pretrial confinement in March. I want to say March 28th. I remember it vividly, March 28th. My court date was July 19th, and I got out August 28th of 2016. And that all kind of balances out because you get time served, you get good days, things like that. So I spent literally 6 months in military confinement, and it was the most miserable time of my life. You wake up every day at 4 a.m. I was in solitary confinement, so I didn't have access to anyone. And it was extremely hard. I think that isolation is probably the most leading cause of suicide, because who do you have to go to? Who do you have? So yeah, I eventually got out in August 28th of 2016. But yeah, I just wanted to share that story with my followers because it's not funny in the sense of I didn't learn my lesson or I didn't take anything from it. It's funny in the sense of why do something so stupid? And I was such a good airman. I had such a promising career. And I can show you guys my paperwork. All of our higher ups was like, you know what, D, you have so much potential. I don't know why you went down this road, and I learned a lot from it. And at first I was scared when I got out because I was like, you know what, I'll never get a job. I'll never be anything. And I think that's what stems from me working so hard. That's what stems from me wanting to create, wanting to build so many businesses, wanting to do so many things. It's that constant monkey or stigma hanging over my back that I have to be all I can be in order to show people that I'm not who I was previously. So yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys, man. Don't judge me. We all had that era where we was making questionable decisions, and that was my questionable decision. That was my villain origin story, and I just wanted to share with my followers because I want you guys to know me. I want you guys to know everything about me. I tell people that Deespresso Thoughts, I didn't create it in order to become famous. I didn't create it to get validation. I didn't create it to get likes. I created it because I wanted it to be a videograph journal of my life, and I wanted to share with people who think that they have nowhere to go or who have no other options. I want to share with them that, there's always so many other options, and that all you got to do is keep fighting, and life happens. We make stupid decisions, but it's about what you do after the stupid decisions you make. You keep getting knocked down, but you continue to fight another day, and that's what this podcast is about. It's about these are the things that I think about late at night. Although that was over 10 years ago, or just under 10 years ago, I still think about it, man, and I still regret the things that I did. And you shouldn't live in regret, but you should acknowledge that, what, I did mess up, but you know what, I've grown since then. And every day, even at 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m., even when I think about it, I say, you know what, I fucked up. But the man that I am now, you would never have thought that I would ever done anything like that. And these are the type of things that I want to share with people who feel like their life is over and they have nothing else. I want to be a light to people. I want to shed my light on people, and I want to share my story because I'm not embarrassed by my story. I'm extremely successful now. I'm doing great. I love life, so that's just it. That experience taught me a lot. It taught me about consequences, direction, about who I wanted to become. So if you're in a point of your life where you're battling mistakes you've made, just know that you don't have to dwell in those mistakes. You can think about them, and you can grow from it. Like it's not the end of the world. And it, like, you're gonna make mistakes in life. No person has not made a mistake. What now? The severity of mistakes that people make varies, but it's still a mistake, you know. So if you're dealing with that, I want you to know that you matter, and that you can always change your life, and that you carry an immeasurable. Your life carries an immeasurable amount of weight, and I want you to keep pushing, keep fighting. To switch gears here, last week, a couple weekends ago, I had one of the best times of my life. I hung out with a couple friends, and we went to this concert in Tacoma, and it was so freaking dope. Like, this concert was so dope. I don't think it was EDM. I think it was dubstep, if I'm not mistaken, because they got like different variations, but I think it was dubstep. It was Crank That. He's like a dubstep artist, but it was so fun, man. It was so fun, and I hung out with a lot of good people. You know what I noticed? Low key, the most successful people I know be going on the craziest benders, and like, I know that's like an extreme, like, left field play to really bring up, but like, I'm talking like people that make $200K plus a year, like, rage all weekend, then Monday morning is like circle back to the email that they received Friday or Thursday. It's crazy. Like, honestly, what I'm trying to say is, the moral of the story is, the key to success is occasional benders. Have a little fun, you know? Just schedule them responsibly. You know what I mean? Have a little fun. Enjoy your life. There's nothing wrong with it. Everybody does it. I don't know what you do in your life. You don't know what I do in my life. But, man, have an occasional bender, man. You got to, man. It's fun. We've all been there. No, seriously, though. I've been looking all over. When are they going to drop these Epstein files? I'm trying to figure out who was on that island, man. I need the hardcore facts. I need to know. But I will tell you this. Actually, you know what? I won't say that because I don't want to get canceled. Anyway, you know what, guys? I remember I was bartending at the Nest, and I meet at rooftop bars, especially in Seattle, you meet all kinds of people. And one day I met JSN's dad. If you guys don't know, that's Jackson Smith and Jigba. He plays for the Seattle Seahawks. And I met his dad. And somehow we just stayed cool. And literally, like, we'll check in on each other. Literally, he texted me the other day. He's like, "Yo, D, like, what you been up to, man? You still at the Nest?" Like, he invited me to dinner. Like, dude, it's crazy. Like, this is like a Super Bowl champ's dad. Like, I don't know, like, what, and like, I call him Pops now. Like, it's crazy. Like, I feel like what is it? Not long distance son, but like a what do they call that? I don't fucking know. But I feel like an extended part of the family. He checks on me all the time, man. It's crazy, dog. Like, I feel like one day he's gonna invite me to dinner, and I'm gonna actually make it one day, and then JSN's gonna be right there, bro. And I'm like, oh, it's so dumb. But it's crazy, man. But anyway, I have a quick hot take before I close out the session tonight. Drake is the greatest rapper of all time, dead or alive. Don't at me. Don't none of that shit. Drake is the greatest rapper, dead or alive. Drake is the greatest performer, dead or alive. Don't argue with me. Don't come for me. It's Drake or die. And if you disagree, well, I apologize. But yeah, man, Drake is the GOAT, man. Putting on for the light-skinned dudes, you know what I'm saying? Now, I will say this. Not everything that he do, I'm just like, I'll rock with. But I will say this. I stopped listening to Kendrick after the beef. So that tells you how much I'm rocking with Drake. You know, so it is what it is. But, guys, I know this is only the second episode. I do know this is only the second episode. But after episode 4, I want you guys to follow me on my journey. That way you know, especially if you're in Seattle. But after episode 4, I want to start bringing people on. And not celebrities. I'm not talking about celebrities. I don't care about that. Like I said, this is not what this podcast is for. I want real people. I want people I've met. People with stories. So I'm going to drop a Google form on this next podcast episode. And if you want to come on, I want you to click the link, the Google Forms link. Fill it out, especially if you're in Seattle. I want you to fill it out because I want to have people on my podcast. I want to interview everyday people. I want to talk to real people, and that's just where I'm at in life. You know, I want this podcast to be a videographed journey for everybody. I want all the people that I'm fond of or that I'm smitten by to come on this podcast and share their stories. I want to ask them questions. You know, what do they do? Everyday people. We're so invested into celebrities' lives, but we're not invested into regular people's lives, the people who makes the world go round, the people who get up and bust their ass and work their ass off every day. Those are the people that I want to talk to. So I'm going to drop a Google Forms link. That way people can submit interest. I'll contact you. Like I said, you can submit all inquiries to hello@deespressonewar.com. That's hello@deespressonewar.com. And you can submit inquiries, stories that you want to share. Everything is anonymous. But like I said, I will have a Google Links form that you can fill out if you want to be on the podcast. I will say this and leave you guys with this. You grow to the size of your ambitions and shrink to the limitations of the company you keep. So, cherish the people who pour into you and be that for others too. And like I said, man, this podcast is for the bold, the tired, and the figuring it out. And if that's you, you're exactly where you need to be. Thank you. Shine your light on me. I fucking put my boot up, bitch. Ho. We still recording? Yeah. Oh shit. Sorry, y'all. We still recording. Now we up.